Okay, this is my 5.56 AK that I'm going to kind of show you tabletop close-up of how it's holding up. This is the Rust-Oleum appliance epoxy paint. I did not bake it. I put the gun back together the day after I sprayed it. You can see where the dust cover has chipped the paint. There's a spot there, and then the sling right here scraped the paint there. Other than that, it's holding up pretty good. There's some more paint there. This is typically what you could expect to see with Rust-Oleum appliance epoxy. Anyways, the point of this video is to shed some light on the 5.56 AK-74 conversion. Okay, there are a few critical things to know when converting a 74 to 5.56 from 5.45 while still using the 5.45 bolt. You want your gas port size to be 0.0625 inch. I started out with a 0.04 inch, which is the same size as a 5.45 Bulgarian AK-74, which was too big. And what I ended up doing was taking my gas block back off the gun, and there is a hole on the bottom of your gas block, and you have to find a grub screw that once you, I can't remember what the size is, and it perfectly screws in once you find the, I think it's like 10-30 seconds is the size, and the tap and die for threading it. So you take your gas block off, you tap the hole going through your gas block, and then you put the grub screw in there with Loctite. Then you take it to the drill press and you drill your gas port 0.0625 inch into the plug, and that worked pretty good. So there's that. And you want to make sure your carrier glides on your receiver properly. This is for all AKs, of course. So it should slide back and forth with gravity like that. Okay, and this camera sucks. Anyways, there's that. Now we're going to dive into the bolt and getting the extractor to grab onto I got another backup extractor here somewhere, so I can show you the difference. I'm going to take this apart real quick, like I don't have a lot of time. Get that out of there. Drop the firing pin. Now I want to show you how my extractor holds onto the shell. You want to hold it. You'll put your live round in there with the firing pin out. Safety first, right? And then you want to take your bolt, hold it horizontally, and spin it. And you see how my bolt and extractor are grabbing onto this and it's holding it there. So what we're going to do now, we're going to drop out the extractor. And I'm going to show you the difference. Should probably push it out with my freaking hand there. Yep. Just got to push down, release some, tension on that pin in there, and you can push your extractor down, take your little punch from your cleaning kit, and you can just push the pin out that's holding that in there. And these can be on here pretty good. There we go. There's my modified extractor. Probably should have brought. You seeing this in frame here? Okay, so I wanted to show you guys what the modified extractor looks like, and it's not that much different than the original. I'll probably try and get some good pictures up close of these two extractors right next to each other so you can see the difference in a picture. But this one's got like a U-shape, rounded, and then a flat towards where the pin goes through down there, if you can tell. And then I modified, not modified. Doesn't take a lot of filing to get this thing to grab onto. So I'm going to put the non-modified one in my bolt, and I'm going to show you what that acts like with the live cartridge. Let's see, these extractors can be a little tricky. And I'm not worrying about whether this is going to line up, this pin is going to line up perfectly, because I got to take it back apart with my other extractor back in. Okay, here's non-modified. I want you to see how loose this is in this bolt. So this is the test that I did. I filed it slowly a little bit, and I put it back in the bolt and checked to see how well it was grabbing the case of the bullet until it held on to like how you've seen earlier. So watch how I spin this. You hold the bolt horizontally and you spin it, and it just falls out. And that's how you can tell you need to file it. And you file it until it grabs on, like how you saw mine grabbing on, and you know you're good. And that's all you have to do is file the flat spot right in here. You just take a flat file and file back and forth in there until it's looking good and smooth and flat in there, and keep checking it. You don't want to go crazy with it. You don't want to go overboard and weaken your extractor to the point where you're structurally weakening it. You want this to be a reliable firearm you can count on. So that's basically all I wanted to show you guys. I'll put some pictures in of these so you can see them up close in more detail, because as I know, my camera is not that good. Thanks.